Hey guys, Casual Crono here. I don't normally make too many videos discussing the state of the game or anything like that, but I saw that one of my favorite YouTubers decided to stop making another Eden videos while I was off on vacation, and I watched his final video, and there were some parts of it that kind of stuck out to me, and I thought I would mention it, just to talk a little about it, and then I promise I'll go back to making just regular old AE videos and helping you with your teams. As a free-to-play player, I play multiple games. I mean, I guess technically, whales and others can play multiple games too. It's not like it's exclusive to me. But in addition to another Eden, the games I play the most are Forge of Empires, Epic 7, and Langrisser. And to some degree, I do play Final Fantasy. It's called FFBE, Brave Exvius. When I was watching his final video, I kind of keyed in on one thing. He talked about a sense of progression and feeling like you're actually accomplishing something. So I thought I would compare how progression works in some of my other games compared to another Eden. Forge of Empires is like SimCity if you've ever played games like that. You basically have the ability to build a city. So you can build housing, you can build production buildings, goods buildings, things that make your people happy, flare type things, roads, you can buy more land, and then you have what's called great buildings. And great buildings they all have bonuses. Some give your armies critical hit, others give your guild goods, and so forth. Others give you troops. But you can level all these great buildings up. You can see a lot of them, like the Atomium here. I have it at level 63. I can take it to 64 right now. But I can also collect blueprints, level it up, and continue to take it further. One of the most popular ones is the Ark. A lot of people try to take it all the way up to level 180, which takes a ridiculous amount of time and energy, but it is possible. And that one I have been working on. Here's my Ark. I'm already 4,000 points into level 124, and you can get your friends, guildmates, and so forth to contribute as well. And when friends contribute, they get rewards. So it's kind of like a little collaborative effort, and basically the better my city gets, it helps my guild, because I'm more productive and I can help them out more. It also has daily quests and stuff like that you can do, as mini games do. Finish 24 1-hour productions, and let's see, finish 15 from my age. All right, so I can very quickly log in, collect some items, and then this particular quest, it wants me to finish 22 1-hour productions, so I can sit around and click on the little 1-hour productions. These I don't really want to bother with. Actually, let's go ahead and just do 1 hour for everything. And then you gain forge points, which I can use to level up my great buildings, or I can go to my guild or my friends and help level up their great buildings. So as far as a sense of progression in this game, this is intended to be a slow game. It's not meant to be something that you can just log in and blast all the way to the final stage. Basically, this game, since it's Forge of Empires, you are literally traveling through the Stone Age, Bronze Age, Iron Age, and pretty much all the ages that man has gone through so far, humans. And then the game starts kind of guessing once you hit the future. You can move on to the Arctic future, you can eventually go into outer space, and they're currently developing Space Age Space Hub, which we don't know what's coming up there. So some people, in order to advance, all you have to do is spend 130 of those forge points in the next stage, and bam, you're moved to the next stage. And when you do, that opens up new items, new great buildings and so forth. However, there's no requirement to move forward. Some people like to just park in one age and stay there for like a year or two even, or more, and just keep growing and try to become like the best Iron Age person in the game. So Forge of Empires kind of lets you set your own goals. You can stay in an age and build up. You can move on. You can do things like build up your attacking units, your defenders, and so forth. And every time I level up like a certain great building, these numbers change. I can actually log in and just see a visible change over time. So it wasn't really that long ago that my attacking units were like 700s and 800%, and now my attacking units are in 1,400% and defense is 1,300%. So I can visually see a change. If I level up this building, for example, from level 20 to 21, I will see the defenders go up by 5%. And instead of 40 points, I gain 42 every time I collect from this building. So it's a little tiny change, but if I'm working on 2 or 3 buildings at once, or if I put down certain structures, I can get those numbers to go up. And that's something that I can conceivably do about every day or every other day. They also have little settlements that you can go to, and you can collect items and build up those settlements like right away. I finished one quest and I made some progress. I visually see some progress, and now it wants me to have 2 communal cooking areas. And I assume this is the first time I've done that settlement. Yep. So I've reached the point where I can buy it. If I just collect enough coconuts, I can buy the ability to put down communal cooking areas. And once I do that, I just need to find some space and put those down. So I feel, and there's my coconuts. So I feel like every day that I log in, I can accomplish something that brings me to my goal. I've been parking in this age for over a year, and I'm pretty strong in it. So, in fact, I got 50 more points. Let's dump those 50 more points. So, Forge of Empires, there's a sense of progression, and I can visually see it. I can see it through the numbers. I can choose my own goals and work toward my own goals, and that's enjoyable to me. Plus, I like SimCity games. So I guess I should also mention that I'm not trying to advertise these specific games. I enjoy them. Whether or not you like this type of game, I don't know. But, so don't rush out and be like, oh, that game looks awesome. This game is actually way older than Another Eden. So it's been around for a while, but it seems to be chugging along just fine. So that is one game and how I feel it has a sense of progression. Epic 7 is another game that I play that, as far as I'm aware, financially is doing okay. I think it's doing better than Another Eden. And Epic 7-wise, it also has senses of progression. Once I get through all the initial stuff, try to sell me things. I'm free to play, it's not going to work. But it also has daily quests. So if I click on this, I can see all the daily quests, and depending on how much I do, if I get this far, I get these rewards. If I go this far, I get these rewards. But more importantly, the summoning. So Epic 7 has a bunch of heroes right now. Now you can get duplicates, so I don't quite have 249 unique heroes, but I do have a lot of characters. And some of them are stronger than others, as you can imagine. Some of them are rarer than others. They can all ultimately be upgraded if I sort by stats. They can ultimately become a 6-star character. There is an awakening series where each of these will awaken 1 star as well. There is a leveling system, so if you only have a 5-star character, it maxes off at level 50. If you have 6-star character, it stops at level 60. And then the skills themselves. You can enhance the character's skills and make their skills stronger. So even if you have a max level character, you can get up to 15 points per skill. For example, this character, I haven't fully finished awakening her skills. So this particular one is maxed out. This particular one, only 3 out of 6 upgrades have been done. And her first skill, only 4 out of her 6 upgrades have been done. So and as you can see, here's the materials needed. I need a bunch of Rings of Glory. I have 7, so I could upgrade 1 skill. I could actually finish up this one, but then I won't have any for this skill. And if I click on this, it will show me what zones I need to go farm in order to get that particular item. So I could log in one day and just endlessly farm this particular zone and hope to get some rings. Once I have enough rings, I can upgrade a skill, maybe 2 a day. So there's a sense of progression there. If I really need to do something, I can. There are a bunch of other side things, I collect gold every day. It's kind of like the equivalent of dailies, so to speak. But I built up this whole area too. So each of these areas you can level up. For example, down here, improve buildings. So this one is maxed out, and this one's maxed out, but this one's not. And you can pick and choose what, is important to you and upgrade that.
Look at me. I love
There is a PvP aspect to it. There's, daily quests where you can kill dragons and stuff. But summoning. One of the things I enjoy about a lot of these games is being able to collect characters.
Step back.
And this game has different types of summons. First of all, once a day, you get a free summon, no matter what.
I'll show you.
It's usually a 3-star or a 4-star character, but sometimes you get lucky and you get a 5-star character. In this case, I get a 3-star. But even a 3-star character, and I'm not sure if I've maxed her out or not. Whoops, not level. Let's see, her name was Leah. Alright. They have memory imprints in this game. She is currently a level A. If you get duplicates, you merge the duplicates with her and her imprint gets higher. So if I memory imprint, I just got this low-level 3-star Leah. She'll go from an A to an S. And her attack gets a little bit better. So even a random draw of what would be considered a trash character in another Eden, I guess, we get light or shadow points if we draw a dupe. Well, in this game, we have the ability to improve, stats that way. But going back to summons, it has a pity rate. And in fact, this game tells you right here, 120 summons left until you get this character. So if you've been waiting a long time for a particular character and they get released, you know exactly how many summons you have until you get that character. And up here, I have Mystic Medals, I have Covenant bookmarks. It takes 50 bookmarks for 10 summons. So if you do the math, 500 bookmarks would be 100 summons, which means 600 bookmarks, and I get this character. Right now I have 258. Normally I have a lot more. Some people stockpile and will get like thousands. I've had 3,000 or 4,000 stockpiled before, which means I could actually summon on this banner and get multiple copies of this Celine character. And with multiple copies, that allows me to do that memory imprint. So if I want 5 copies of one character, so I can fully imprint them and everything, as long as I have the bookmarks, I can do so. There is no question.
Show you my secret weapon.
There's others where you can choose between characters, but Mystic Summon, you can see I have 16 summons left. It allows you the ability to choose characters. I can choose to summon any of these 4 characters, and there's a little button down here that shows which ones I already have. So I already have Fallen Cecilia. I do not have these 3 characters. Let's say I really want Abyssal Yafine. I can select her, and it tells me the changed hero will remain until a certain date. And up here, 16 summons left. Well, 500 bookmarks gets me 10, so if I want 16 summons, I only need, let's see, 3 times 50, 800 bookmarks. I have 985. If I start summoning right now, I will get this character, Abyssal Yafine, no questions asked. Now, and the best thing is, if I don't want this character, I can just wait until the date, where is it? The lineup refreshes after a while, and eventually these characters will go away, and the next Mystic Summon will appear. Well, guess what? This counter carries over. So if I don't want any of these characters, I can just sit around and wait and collect more bookmarks. And when the next batch comes, if there's a character I really want, I'm still 16 summons away. This does not reset, it carries over. So again, as long as I get enough bookmarks, I can basically wait it out and choose which characters to get.
It's too late to say sorry now.
And there's other types of summons too, but the bottom line is the game tells you it has a pity, and this pity is 120 summons, and it carries over. If I spend 60 summons trying to get Celine and I fail, and I wait, the next one, instead of resetting back to 120 summons, it will stay at 60 summons. And if the next character is someone I'm interested in, you know, then I'm only 60 summons away from getting them. And it's actually not that hard to get bookmarks, I just haven't been trying. As you could tell, I have a bunch of characters already. And you can see also many of them are not 6 stars yet. A lot of them are 5 stars. There's a few 4 stars, 3 stars. Some of them have awakened talents, but most of them do not. There's still a lot of things for me to do in this game. And that's not all. You also have the ability to do certain quests, and if you finish those quests, you gain that character. And that's not all. You also have the ability to upgrade certain characters. It's kind of like side grading in another Eden, but to some degree less random. So let's say I have this character named Hazel, which I do. I can transform her into Mascot Hazel. So it's kind of like a normal style to an AS style upgrade. But in this case, instead of collecting things, I have to clear hunts 150 times, which if I have the stamina, I could technically do all in one day. I need to get 6 items and just basically give them away. So it's just a matter of collecting those items. And then I need to kill 500 creatures, and it even has a little go button, and if I click on it, it will take me to the zone that has those creatures. Now, you only kill about 6 or 9 creatures at most per fight, so I have to fight over and over and over and over and over again. But this game does have an auto battle button, so I could just start fights up to 20 times at once and just walk away and go do something else and come back, and this number will increase. And then once you finish all those, you do a trial fight with the new character and you get the new character. There's no treatises, codexes that are random. Really all it takes is just time and energy, which for those of you that play Epic 7, yes, I have way too much energy. I should not have anywhere near that amount. I just don't play the game quite that often. I'm not too serious about it. And all of these characters have specialty changes, and I've already done, I think, 2 or 3 specialty changes. So whenever I log into this game, there's immediately things to do. There's also side stories that I can do. Right now, there's a summer event going on, hence the background to my game, and so forth. So I spend no money in this game. I have tons of energy. I actually have a fair amount of sky stones, which allows me to purchase all sorts of things, including bookmarks.
What do you think?
So I have 18,000 stones. 950 stones gives me 50 of those bookmarks. So just through passively collecting those stones, I can buy a ton of bookmarks, which means
Well,
that character we were looking at earlier, Celine, 120 summons. Yeah, I don't have
gave you
enough
a
bookmarks
chance.
right now to
It's
pity
too late
her,
to say
but if I
sorry.
wanted to spend sky stones, I could probably get, see, 6, 12, 18, I could probably get,
I have lots of good wares. Take your time.
I'm not going to do the math right now, but I could probably buy her 3 or 4 times over if I wanted to. And then there's also raising pets and adopting pets, and there's a bunch of little things that you can do.
How could you
Now, you
make
are
me
limited to
this
stamina. If you
fun?
actually use up your stamina, you have to wait a while for it to restore, like most games. Another Eden is nice that I can just play and play and play all day and not worry about being able to run out of time
I
playing.
Really go for a nice
So-
chill drink.
Oh, there's some bookmarks. Buy those.
Come back soon.
So that is Epic 7. There is always something I can be working on, and there is
Should
a
I
pity,
show you
and
my
it tells
secret
you
weapon?
how many summons
It's
are
not my
left
fault
until
that
you
you get
pity,
hurt.
and the pity carries over. So if you don't care about the current character, and in some pity cases it gives you choices, but if you don't care about the pity character, you just wait until this one expires, and maybe someone that you are hoping for will pop up next. So like as you know, I don't have Yakumo. If Yakumo appeared in some form in this mystic summon, I could just wait around until the Yakumo banner popped up, and then right now I would be guaranteed to have him. So I have something to look forward to. And if I'm a whale, I can spend money and buy multiple copies of these characters and max them out immediately. Because as you can imagine, if you summon a character fresh off the bat, it will take some time to work up all of their skills and everything. You can see a lot of my characters do not have these like plus 12s, plus 6s, etc. There's a lot that I have to work on. So a sense of progress. I can guarantee myself certain characters if I wait and collect. And I can skill up and improve the characters that I do have if I, spend time in the game. So there's a sense of progression that I can have with Epic 7. Langrisser Mobile is probably the game I'm spending the most time in right now outside of Another Eden. And its banner system in Reddit, when we talk about pities and does Another Eden need a pity or not, this is the game that I reference the most because I like their pity system. I'm going to show you why. First of all, for those of you unfamiliar with the game, and again, I'm not advertising, I'm just telling you what games I play. So, like many other games, you can collect characters, you can level them up, they max out at 6 stars. There are SSR characters, there's SP characters, and currently they just introduced what's called LLR. This is the very first character that has this distinction. It's something kind of like the SA, when Sirius first appeared and he was the first SA character, and everyone's like, oh, that's cool. So because this is the first LLR character, there's all sorts of summons and promotions going on right now. Previously, there was SP, And then there's the base SSR, which most of my characters are at. And some of the characters can go through a process to make them SP. So, for example, this character Leon has a little SP button. And as long as you meet the requirements for SP, so I basically just need one item to make him an SP character. But once I do that, there's a series of quests that I can do, and I can upgrade them from SSR into SP. And I have 3 SP characters right now. But anyway, so even if you get a character, like Leon is actually one of the oldest characters. He was one of the ones that basically was here when the game started. So making this SP distinction is a way to take old characters and kind of make them relevant again, which is very similar to how another Eden does. You know, it gives us an AS style and then later an ES style or an alt style or the manifest weapon challenge, you know. So it does that too. But summons. Right now is actually a good time to showcase all the different summons that Langrisser has. First of all, because this is a special time, it's the release of the very first LLR character. It is a limited time summon. You can collect these tickets, and they're called Trinity vouchers. And every 10 that you spend guarantees you, at least a 4-star character. That part's pretty similar to another Eden. If you do a 10 pool, you're guaranteed at least 1 4-star, right? However, Langrisser does not. It has a pity system. It does not have a counter the way other games do, but every 100 pulls, and you are guaranteed to get a 5-star. Now, are you guaranteed to get this 5-star? No. It could be any 5-star, but every 100 pulls does guarantee you that. So why do I bring that up? Because it's like, well, what's the chance that's going to be this character? The chances are very, very high for whichever character is featured. Right now, another Eden's chance, if you get a 5-star, a banner character is like a 0.8%. That's a less than 1% chance. Okay? Well, these characters are way higher. And some are even guaranteed. So, it has banners where there's 2 characters. So here's Roland and Precia. Here's Azusa and Obero. Mariandel and Werner. So, and it says, increased chance to get certain heroes. Okay? So, there's a pity system. If I pull 10 times, I'm guaranteed to get a 5-star. Well, in these banners, this character is a 40% chance. This character is a 40% chance. And all the other characters are 20%. So if I pull 100 times, there's a 40% chance that I get Mariandel. Compare this to another Eden, where if I pull 100 times, first of all, I'm not guaranteed to get anyone, and second, if I get that gold door, I have a less than 1% chance of getting the banner character. Well, in this game, I have an 80% chance to get one of those 2 characters. And if I don't get it after 100 pulls, and if I happen to get that 20% off banner chance, then I just do another 100 pulls. And it's totally possible. I've saved up thousands of tickets before. This particular one also has, triple banners, where there's 3 characters. And read down here, the first SSR hero you summon during this event is guaranteed to be an event banner you don't even have yet. Well, I have a Dank Elmo. I do not, as of a few weeks ago, I did not have either of them. So I went ahead and spent some tickets, and I happened to get the Transcender. Which also means, for those of you already thinking about, the next time this banner appears, I have a Dank Elmo, I have Transcender. If I pull at most 100 times, I am guaranteed 100% to get Tormalik, if this is the exact same banner in the future. and sometimes they rotate it out. So if Yakumo, for example, was part of a triple banner and I had the other two characters, no questions asked, if I pull at most 100 times, I would get Yakumo, and I'd be happy. So, and then that's not all. This game, every so often, and it's every few months, it just happens to be they're really celebrating right now with this LLR release, open a wish list. I can ask for any two characters. And there's a little button. These are all the characters that I have not gotten yet in the game. So if I really want those two characters and complete the wish list, this banner becomes one of those two-person banners where it's a 40% chance and 40% chance. So, in this particular case, the last one I just did was Pressure and I think Ashamar. My banner was a 40% chance of Pressure, 40% chance of Ashamar, and then 20% anyone else. And again, it has a pity. So after 100 pulls, I have an 80% chance, not a 0.8, but an actual 80% chance of getting one of those two characters. And sure enough, over the past, 2 weeks now, I guess, sort by star. In this game alone, I pulled multiple characters. I got Grinchiel, Azusa, Pressure, and I also got 2 copies of the Transcender, wherever that person disappeared to. Now, when you pull a character, they start off at 3 stars in this game. So, it's kind of like if you pull a non-SS, a non-SA character in another Eden, you have to spend some time beefing them up. So I got 2 copies of the Transcender, which allowed me to 4-star him. And the way upgrades work for this game, and obviously I got the LLR character as well. You saw that from earlier. Let's see, bonds. Every day you can log in and do quests that give you shards. Right now, for example, this new LLR character, I have 42 shards. If I sweep today, I got 3 more shards. So now I have, So now I have 45 shards. Once I reach 100, I can give her a 5th star. And then I have to do it to 150 times to get the 6th star. So even though I pulled her on her banner, she's not fully usable right away. But if I'm a whale and spend lots of money and pull on her banner multiple times, because remember there's a pity, I could get multiple copies of her. Each copy of her gives me 50 shards. So if I happen to pull 2 or 3 copies, right there's like 150 shards, right? And then the game also has its own little SimCity-ish version once it loads. And it has, gambling machine, slot machine. And among other things, oh good, I got those. Among other things you can win shards and spend them on whoever you want. So right now, if I go to my characters, let's go to you can see all these 6-star characters that I've gotten over the years. Okay, here's a 5-star character. I have 88 shards, and I need 150 to fully maximize this character. Well, thanks to that jukebox, I have 151 universal shards. I could go ahead and upgrade him right now if I wanted to. If I spend 55 of those on her, I can give her her 5-star, and then it'll be about 100 shards into the 150 that I need for her 6-star. Or I don't have to spend these on her, I can just keep doing those 3 shards per day, given that will take a few months, but that's kind of like saving up for the All Cosmos star charts. It's going to take 2 months minimum to get enough star charts to maximize a character. Well, here, if you just do those 3 shards per day, you know, that's like 90 shards per month, I guess. 30 days per month times 3. So it can take you about 2 months to fully maximize out a character as well. But you know what? I have the character. In another Eden, there's no guarantee I'll have that character. And in this game, with all the different ways that you can summon, I can basically guarantee that over time, once a character appears in this triple banner, I can guarantee getting that character. And even the double banners, 40% chance, 40% chance, way better than 0.8% chance. And there's a pity. So I know after 100 pulls, I'll get someone. And if it's not, if I get out of that 80%, you know, then I just pull another 100 times. And the pulls carry over. Let's say that, let me find one. I don't have Obero. I have 8 days left as of this recording to try and get him. Let's say that I pull 6 times and I don't get him, and then the banner expires. Well, those 6 times aren't wasted. They carry over. Whatever banner, you know, comes up next, 10 pulls later, and I'm guaranteed to get a 5-star hero of some kind. And the banners cross-reference. If I spend 6 pulls here, I can switch over here, pull 4 times, and have an 80% chance of getting one of them. So that's why I don't really have any tickets, because there's really no harm in pulling. If I don't have this character yet. It's a limited summon, so after June 26th, I can't, you know, randomly get him from another pool. I have to wait until his banner appears again, which this is like the second or maybe third time this banner's popped up, so it happens every so often. I have the other limited summons. I have her, I have him, so he's the only one I'm missing right now. So I just told you I got like 4 brand new characters, plus the LLR characters. I guess 5 brand new characters all in the past like 2 weeks. I feel like my sense of progression is really, really high. Because 5 new characters to play with, 5 new characters to gear, to level up, to learn their strategies. And because I know there's a pity system, and because I know that pity system carries over, if I happen to get 10 tickets, I'm going to blow it on, you know, his banner. If I get him, great. If not, I have that many less pulls to make on whatever comes out in 8 more days. So there's a sense of progression. There's something I can do every single day. And when I pull on banners, I don't feel like I'm losing anything. You know, in another Eden, there's nothing like that. I could literally save an entire year's worth of Crono stones, toss it all on a banner, and waste an entire year's worth of progression. That would probably drive me to quit. I'm not shocked at all when people do quit in that game. There's no sense of progression after a certain point. If you have most of the characters, and the only way to get the remaining ones are to wait a while, save up your stones, and then watch as all of your stones go away. 6 months worth of savings, 9 months worth of savings, absolutely nothing to show for it. It's like, why should I play this game for a year straight if I can't get what I want? Well, all these other games that I'm playing, not only can I get what I want, I can target what I want. I can either create my own wish list and hope for an 80% chance of these characters, Or I can use some of the existing banners. So if I'm missing Clotaire, for example, I can just keep pulling on this and hope that that 40% eventually works in my favor. If I have 2 of the 3 characters, I am guaranteed, after 100 pulls maximum, to get that 3rd character. No questions asked. The first one I summon is guaranteed to be a banner hero you don't have yet. I totally understand why people would spend money in this game, because you are guaranteed some progression. Now if I pull Tourmaline, I still have a few months to develop her with the shards and everything before she's 100%, up to strength, but I don't care. I'm a collector. I like collecting characters and trying to get as many characters as I can. And in this game, I have gotten a lot of them, and many of them are the strong, overpowered type. I have most characters to play with, so when I see strategies on YouTube involving certain characters, there's a pretty high chance I can reproduce that strategy. Now, the characters that they're using, I might not have at 6 stars, but you know what? If I wait long enough, Luna's going to become a 6-star. Diehart's going to become a 6-star. Bozel's going to be a 6-star. And once I get to that point, then I can watch that YouTube video and reproduce what they did and win the fight. So there's a lot less randomness, I guess, with this game. And that allows me to have a sense of progression. I know that with time, I can buy tickets or save up tickets, and I can ultimately get the characters I want. And I know that with time, those characters will eventually become 6-star powerhouses. No questions asked, no randomness, and I'm not afraid to pull, because any pulls that I make, if I fail on them, that carries over, and because of the pity system, I will get, whatever characters, or I'll most likely get whatever characters, on the next banner. So that's Langrisser Mobile, and that's one of the other games I've been playing right now. And then we have another Eden, which admittedly right now is my favorite game out of all of them, despite its flaws. But the flaws are kind of mounting. I log in this morning and I see that Minolka, her Another Style, is finally announced, and apparently it's going to be released tomorrow. And I have right now enough for a single 10 pull. If I go to my dreams, as you all know, I have a less than 1% chance of getting the banner character. Not this, 40%, 80% chances. No pity system, nothing. I could side grade my Minolka tomorrow. I do have a Minolka, but there's nowhere I can go to farm her treatises. I have to hope that I get 3. I can't even buy them. I can go to Nopal's Emporium, of course, and buy 2. So whatever her treatise's name is going to be, I can buy 2 treatises, but that still leaves me with 3 left that I have to just randomly hope drop somewhere. And as you know, the drop rates are not good in this game. There's probably like around a 1% chance that I get a treatise for Minolka. And I have to hope this 3 times. Or there's the random chance that, we get the Phantom Crystal Dimension, and the absolutely abysmal chance of making it all the way to the end, where your reward is to get 1 of the 3 items that you need to get a new character. And as I mentioned, without a pity system, I could save up free stones literally for a year. 12 months of savings. And then I could, let's say I really, really, really want Mazrika. I could blow all of those stones and have nothing to show for it. And those of you on Reddit have watched as some people have said, hey, I just blew 52,000 stones and got nothing. I'm done with this game. And we all go, we understand. Because that sucks. It sucks to not have progression. Every other game, and I just kind of reviewed with you, there's something to do when you log in that allows you to progress. This game, the closest thing we have are those no-pow gems. If I spend time collecting gems, I can eventually get the SA versions for Bertrand, Tiramisu, and Sukiya. If I get stupid lucky and have at least 3 codexes, I could spend gems and buy 2 more and then have enough to get that character. The catch, of course, is that I have to have that character to begin with in some form, Felmina. So the whole side grade process, the common wisdom at the time used to be, if you play the game long enough, if you use your red and green keys, you will eventually get the items that you need to upgrade people. Just yesterday, I got my first, there's no way I can pronounce that, Privacy, whatever, treatise. Now, she hasn't been out for very long, and I need to get at least 3 before I can run over to the Emporium and buy 2 more to side grade her. But if I didn't have Daisy to begin with, I can't get the AS form. There's no one to upgrade. And the chance of me getting her, is pretty low. I have been playing since 2019. I have 186 characters. You know who's missing out of all of these characters? So, 2019, I've been playing this game for over 5 years. I don't have Loquito. I don't particularly want him, but he was out when the game first was released. I've been playing for 5 years, and I've never gotten any form of Loquito. His AS style, normal style, and he's a 4-star. He should, in theory, be appearing as often as all the other 4-star characters. But in 5 years' time, after all the pulls I've made, he's never shown up once, which is really, really, really weird. Because if I sort by light or shadow points, Soira, for example, she has 165 light points. A lot of those did not come from the little 3-star pools. I got her 4-star form a bunch of times, enough to get 165 free light points. And she's not the only one. I've gotten 4-star Irinas and others, over time. Loquito? No. Just sheer random luck, so to speak. Or bad luck, I guess. He's never shown up in 5 years. If he had, an extra style that was coming out soon, or, if he gets an SA version coming up, I can't do anything. I don't have him. And there's no way I can guarantee myself to get him. And obviously, after 5 years of playing, there is no guarantee that over time, I might never get him. I honestly believe each account has certain luck towards certain characters. Like, I don't understand how I've pulled probably 25, 30 4-star Soiras and never gotten 1 4-star Loquito. That does not make sense to me. I really think that certain accounts, when they're created, are just kind of luckier, so to speak, towards some characters than others. That's the only rational way I can explain it. And without a pity system, I know there's a chance I will never get a Loquito. I'm also missing El Seal, Yakumo, and a few others, mostly the recent ones, of course, because they haven't been out that long. But, and the worst part about it is, if I go to summon, one of these new characters, since there's no pity system, again, a year's worth of saving, 2 years worth of saving literally could disappear in one summoning session, which definitely would drive some people to quit. And there's no carryover. If there was a pity system, if I toss, 4 or 5 summons towards Jill Funny and I don't get her, and I switch over to Mazrika, and toss 4 or 5 more summons, right now there's no increased chance that I'll get her. There's no motivation to summon because there's really no way to guarantee that you'll get any characters. Which of these characters are you fated to encounter? And you go, oh, I don't have Melpifia. And I see her there. 1, 2, 3. There's 7 characters. There's a 1 in 7 chance of getting her. No. If I find Melpifia in this absolutely huge list somewhere, is she in here? There's a 0.02% chance of getting her 5-star and a 0.03% chance of getting her 4-star. If I get her 4-star, then I have to sit around and hope that chance drop in order to upgrade her. And then once I upgrade her, then I have to wait 3 months to buy the All Cosmos star charts. There's progression, but then there's almost insanity, at that point. Am I really going to spend money to buy paid stones? Because I have none right now. Why would I spend money for a less than 0.3% chance of getting a character I want, and then if I do get her, then I have to wait for 5 chance, which I could buy in the Emporium, but being limited, I could buy 1 per month, so right there would be 5 months worth of savings. Chance really should be like 200 at most. Alright, let's scroll all the way down. A chance script is 400. You need 5 of them. If I pulled a 4-star Melpifia, I would need 2,000 gems to buy all the chance if I don't have any. And then an additional 3 months to save up the All Cosmos star chart. The people spending money don't get these guarantees. If I spent money, here's the paid 1,000, and I want Jill Funny, I can pull on this banner 3 times, and I have a 10% chance each time. That means 90% chance each time I pull, I'm going to be disappointed. After 3 pulls, I can't pull anymore. And then I just blew however much 3,000 paid Crono stones are and got nothing. There's no sense of progression. It's like, why even spend money at this point? I could go on, but I don't want to drag this out. But basically, my point is, in all of the other games that I play, I'm able to log in and make some form of progress. With Forge of Empires, if I have a goal to, level up a building, something like that, move into a new age, I can do that. In Langrisser, I can attempt to get certain characters, and the existing characters that I have, I can make a little bit of progress each day to make them stronger. So that way when I see them used in other people's YouTube videos, I know that ultimately I can reproduce that same strategy. All it's going to cost me is some time. And in Epic 7, basically the same thing. I can target specific characters and know that I will get them with the pity system. And if I see a strategy on YouTube using characters, I know that I can ultimately reproduce that. Here in another Eden, there's no guarantee. Any strategy I've seen in 5 years that involves Loquito, I can't do. Period. End of story. And there's nothing I can do about that. And I understand where that's frustrating. And even with the characters that I do have, without the Stellar Awakening, some of them aren't as useful as others, like Sirius, for example.
Evil wind calls.
Oh yes, Evil Wind calls. Let's get off of that screen. So, when the YouTuber, and I didn't want to mention his name, I don't want to call him out any more than, he's probably hearing a lot of well-wishers right now, and I do wish him well. I hope he finds enjoyment in playing again someday soon. But, when he mentioned that there's no way to progress in this game, I understood, and I resonated with that. All the other games that I play, I can set goals, and I can work towards them. Here, I can't. And, if I'm a free-to-play player, why would I keep playing this game? Why don't I go to other games? Well, I do like this game, first of all. Let's get that clear. I'm not quitting or anything anytime soon. But the sense of progression definitely does not exist in this game the way it does in others. So I see why many other people with limited time will choose to play other games instead of this one. And even paid players, even people that are willing to shell out money, still cannot get what they want with their money. Every other game, if I throw money at it, I will get what I want eventually. Whether that's a brand new character fully decked out on day one, if I want to spend the kind of money to do that in Epic 7 or Langrisser, I could. This game, there is nothing I could do to guarantee that I will have Jill Funny decked out on day one. It just can't happen. And as rare as the SDEs are in this game, I really don't understand why that isn't just a permanent feature at this point, like a once a month. What really kill the developers to offer an SDE once a month to paid people, of course, not for free. That would be a little too generous, I would think. But if I'm willing to pay, I don't even know how much an SDE is. Do we have one right now? Yeah, we do. So I guess however much it costs to get 1,000 stones. We'll go to the screen. Yeah. All right, I still have the premium set. All right. June first time only. I don't know if that means you can get another time, but so $24 American money. Would it really kill developers for $24 a month to allow someone to get an SDE once a month? That's 12 characters a year, and those characters aren't even Stellar Awakened, because that's the way we're going right now. I think they would make more money that way, to be perfectly honest, if the Star Dream Encounter was done more often than what it is. And this encounter with a Whisper of Time, like Epic 7, I could pull once a day, all the time, 365 days a year. Here, I get, we all get the Whisper of Time every couple months, every 6 weeks, something like that. Kind of dependent on what's going on with the content. Would it really kill them to give us hope every single day that maybe this is the day that I'll get really lucky and Yakumo appears through those doors, or Lokito. A once a day pull, I think daily, would be very looked upon very favorably in this game. And I just think there's more that the developers could be doing in order to make money and make this game a little more popular. Even in Reddit, people have said, I'd pay $5 or whatever for to buy an all Cosmos star chart. If someone really wants Mazrika fully decked out on day one, let them drop. Maybe there's like a day one special because SDE doesn't cover current content, but maybe if you pull, where's the account? We'll use Jill Funnies. There's 3 total pulls, right? So if you spend 3,000 stones, I think paid people should get Jill Funny. If you get unlucky on turn 1 and turn 2, let them have it on turn 3. That means they're spending 3,000 stones, which probably would be somewhere around 50, 60 US dollars. If 23 plus 44 would be 60 something, and that would be 3,000 stones. A lot of people seem to think this 4,500 paid stone deal is pretty good. So that would maybe be a motivation to buy that more often, if you know that on the third pull you will get that character. And maybe, just maybe, even remove the limit. Because, if you pull dupes, you improve light and shadow points. So if you buy 3 and get Jill Funny on the third one, if you buy 3 more pulls, you're guaranteed a dupe of Jill Funny, kind of the way that Epic 7 does it. Where you have just a pity counter, And after a certain number of pulls, you will get that character. And if you do that certain number of pulls 2 or 3 times, you keep getting that character. That would be a way for Wales to go ahead and max out Jill Funny's light shadow points, whatever she uses. I guess shadow points. That'd be a way for someone who really has a lot of money to go ahead, not only guarantee that they get Jill Funny, but could boost them all the way up to 80 shadow points just from throwing money at it. And the developers, isn't their main goal to make money? I don't know, it just makes sense to me to do something like that. We can't see the statistics that the developers are seeing. Obviously, they're kind of doubling down on the Stellar Awakening stuff because that doesn't seem to be going away. So I'm guessing they're making more money or seeing more people play. But I don't know. I just think that the way things are now, there's really no motivation. There's, the bottom line is progress. When players aren't able to make progress in a game and they see no path to progression, people are going to quit. And that's kind of what we're seeing right now. And they're right. There's no definite ways to progress in this game. And there's hundreds, if not thousands, of other mobile games out there that do have very clear paths of progression. It's nice that this game is so open-ended. Where am I going today? Okay, I know where all of those are. It's nice to see a game that's so open-ended. It does not require stamina. You could binge on this game for 8 hours straight if you want to. There really needs to be, in my opinion, ways to create definite progression, ways to allow the players to have a goal and to actually work towards that goal. Because right now, there is none. And I think that's what's frustrating a lot of us, to be perfectly honest. Anyway, I've rambled long enough. I don't usually do this type of thing. So I hope I made sense throughout most of the rambling. And if you want to talk about more, you can. You can post comments below. At the same time, it's not like we can change the developer's mind. The best thing you can do is talk with your wallet. So if you're not happy with the changes, don't pay for them. Of course, that does run the risk of the game eventually shutting down sooner than we all hope. But, at the same time, it'd be really nice to find a way to get the message to the developers. I don't know how to do that. Maybe some of you do. I don't think our Scott guy has been hanging out in Reddit much lately. I don't have Discord. Maybe he's on a Discord channel. I don't know. Hopefully, the developers kind of figure out something that allows us to have more motivation to play, keeps us in, and makes us want to spend money. Because if they can figure that out, then I think the game will be a lot healthier as we move forward, even if it does frustrate us, every now and then. Anyway, just kind of my thoughts on everything. Yay, progress. So, Casual Crono, signing out.